name of his new one. Charles Brown, Merry Christmas Baby is what we were listening to from that. If you're with us in hour one of the New Jazz Thing, you know we're here from 2 hours, from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Time, every Monday evening, debuting all the new music here at Jazz 88.3. We heard music from Curtis Fuller, the Spotlight Artist of the Week here at Jazz 88.3. And it's a special spotlight here on the New Jazz Thing, as Curtis is celebrating a birthday today, 80 years old. Curtis, born in Detroit, Michigan. And the new release, Down Home, is what we were listening to from 2012, and his own composition, Down Home. It's a special night here at Jazz 88.3. We're back in the studios doing live radio, and very happy about that. And breaking in the studios this evening with a brand new release is Danny Green. And Danny, welcome back to the New Jazz Thing. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Vince. Great to be back.
So, Danny's new disc is called After the Calm, and we're going to be featuring a few tunes from this one. But, Danny, why don't you introduce the first tune that we're going to be playing, and tell us your bandmates, and then we'll get right into it. I think we've got queued up the tune Two Ways About It.
Yeah, so Two Ways About It. It's actually two pieces that I composed, and after I wrote them, I kind of noticed that they both started with the same theme, except one was major, the other was minor, so that's where the title came from. On the CD, I recorded it with bassist Justin Grinnell and Julian Cantelm, and I've had the pleasure of working with both of them in a trio since about 2010, so it's really great becoming a tight unit with them, and they're my great friends, and it's just a joy to make music with them.
Well, let's check this out, and then we'll dive right into it. From Danny Green's new release, After the Calm, this is Two Ways About It on the New Jazz Thing on San Diego's Jazz 88.3. Jazz 88, San Diego's Jazz 88.3, and music there from Danny Green Trio. After the Calm is the name of the new release, and joining us this evening is Danny Green. Danny, welcome back to the New Jazz Thing.
Thanks, Vince.
So this is, I think, your third or fourth release.
Something like that, yeah.
Actually, and this is a band that you, as you were telling us, have recorded with for quite a while. Tell us a little bit about the compositions on this disc. You've been known for working in a lot of Brazilian and Latin rhythms. This one, although there seems to be a few titles that may indicate some of that, seems like maybe not as much. Tell us where you're at as far as composing is on this disc.
Yeah, I think you're right on about that. I mean, there are a few songs on the disc. The next one that you'll hear is a Brazilian influence one. It's samba, and the last track of the CD uses a rhythm from Brazil called frevo. But a lot of the other stuff, there's a variety on there. We have a song that uses more of a drum and bass rhythm. Some of them are just kind of rhythms I came up with that mix a lot of different styles. And that's really where I have been lately as a composer, is just taking all my different influences and trying to put them together in my own way.
So then, Danny, as I see that you play some out, you do some playing. Are you doing things like teaching? I'm kind of looking toward what are some of the things that are influencing you right now as an artist, and that may be kind of shifting your direction as far as a composer or a player.
So what I'm doing, I do a lot of performing with my group, both in town and out of town, and I also do a lot of teaching. I teach privately. And I also teach at Coronado School of the Arts. I teach jazz ensemble over there twice a week. But as far as influences, I love Brazilian music, I love jazz, I love classical music, opera, so lots of different types of music in my head. And then I always think like whatever is going on in my life also plays a role in influencing the music that I write. I have 2 kids. One who was born just a little before recording this CD, so I wrote a song for her. It's called Song for Haley. I have another one on the album called In a Dreamy State, which I wrote a few days after my son was born. So the events in my life definitely also influence just the way I feel, my mood, and I think that feeds into the music that I write.
Mm-hmm. So then, do you have a routine that puts you into that composing mood? Because we're kind of focusing on all the music on your discs are composed by you. So there seems to be quite a bit of work there that goes on. Do you have a routine that you do for composing?
I don't have any sort of routine like eating some certain thing. I don't have any sort of thing like that, but I do pretty much when I'm at the piano, I'll start improvising, and as I'm practicing or just working on whatever, and I might just come across a certain phrase that I like, and then I'll just play it again and a few times, and a song will eventually come out. But sometimes it comes out quickly. Some of the songs on here I wrote really quickly. Some of them I get somewhere and I get stuck, and I always think of it like puzzle work. I know where it needs to get to. I know it needs to change at a certain spot. We need something different there. Maybe I want a drum solo at a certain point. So I generally have the idea of what the arc's going to be in my head like pretty early on in the composition process. But sometimes it takes a few times coming back to the piece, putting it away. And sometimes it's just a matter of having a busy life and just not having time to sit down and finish it out, so
working on it in pieces.
Exactly. But lately I've written maybe 2 or 3 songs that I was doing solo piano gigs, and I just improvised a whole piece, and right when I came to the first idea, I would just kind of stop, turn on my recorder and record it, and I've ended up with a few cool new pieces that way. So.
Excellent. Well, we're chatting with Danny Green tonight. His new release is entitled After the Calm. And I want to talk with you a little bit about the title and the calm and then the after the calm. But you're going to be playing some dates where you're going to be playing some of this music live. So tell us a little bit about that, Danny.
Yeah, so this Sunday I'll be with my trio at Croce's Park West. That's in Bankers Hill on 5th Avenue, and we'll be there from 6 to 10. We'll be doing a lot of music off the new CD, also a lot of new music that I've composed since the CD, and some jazz standards, so mixing it up. But the show that I'm really excited about is in January. We're going to be doing our CD release party at the Loft, and that's going to be on January 24th. And that'll be with my trio, and I don't think they have tickets up on their website yet, but they're going to be going up pretty soon. So
Great.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure that we put something from the Jazz 88 blog for tonight to the date for that. Well, let's play another tune from the disc. You want to do a little intro of Choro pra Corriente?
Yeah, so it's Choro pra Corrente. Choro is a style of music from Brazil. And one of my favorite groups out of there is called Trio Corrente, and they just won the Grammy for Best Latin Jazz Artist last year. But they're a wonderful band, a lot of cool interaction and a lot of cool counterpoint lines, and so these are some of the things that I tried to put into my piece as a tribute to them. And also, just so you all know out there, I just this week made a music video of it. As we were recording the album, we had 3 cameras on us, and so I just did the cutting on that. So you can check that out on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Danny Green SD.
Excellent. We'll make sure we get a link to that, and if it's YouTube, we'll do an embed on the so people can see that. Let's check this out right here from Danny Green and his new release, After the Calm, on the New Jazz Thing, San Diego's Jazz 88.3. The lights, great. I love that.
Cool.
That's happened a few times.
Oh, really? Is it just they're not moving enough?
We haven't figured out exactly how to make the lights stay.
They're too high tech.
Some of the DJs actually like it in the dark, so
Yeah.
it's all right.
Man, you're so easy to talk to on these interviews.
Oh, good.
So how's it been since Mark left the station?
It's been all right.
Yeah.
We went from Mark to Bam into the Move.
Yeah.
And then the Move was lots of different moving pieces. And,
Yeah.
not all smooth, but things happen, and we were in that space for 50 years.
50?
Yeah, that space was kind of the original space down
Yeah.
there. So.
Are they demolishing that building?
That building is now we were the last people in there, and now that building is just the shell of what you see. All the walls gone.
Really?
Yeah, so they're redoing the entire building.
Are they taking the whole thing down, or are they just?
They're not going to take that building down, I don't believe. I think they're just going to be renovating the whole thing
Cool.
For new classrooms and all.
Cool. Yeah, I had a classroom in there.
Yeah. This will be kind of cool being on this is the quad, so
Yeah.
right now, since that's construction, that's all blocked up, but it's a quad, and so it'll be kind of a live feel here on the corner, so it'll be neat.
Cool.
We'll get people knocking on the window just like you did. San Diego's Jazz 88.3. And music from Danny Green's trio. The new disc is called After the Calm, and just let that play a little bit there as we wanted to feature the bassist on the disc, trio, Justin Grinnell, who is celebrating a birthday today, and so we wanted to send out shouts to Justin, your
Happy
bandmate.
birthday, yeah.
So, Danny, let's talk a little bit about the title of the disc. You go to some links in the liner notes to talk about The Calm, which seems to be the individual place that artists go and where they kind of generate ideas and are able to be creative themselves. But the after the calm part is when the group gets back together and begins to do their work together. And we were just talking about your composition process, and I'm wondering how much of this music in the trio evolves when you guys get together and you bring your ideas into the group.
Yeah, that's a great question. I do compose I put quite a bit of detail into the compositions that I do, but we've been playing these songs for quite a while. A lot of them were written right around the time in between recording the previous CD, A Thousand Ways Home, and releasing it. And so we've been playing these tunes forever. And some of them have not changed too much since I composed them, but some of them have changed quite a bit, and I've revised them a million times, and sometimes it really just took getting together and rehearsing with the guys, and either Justin or Julian would come up with a great idea for one spot or another, and it's great having them there to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell us a little bit about where you see yourself and your music going. Are there some things that you haven't been able to get to yet, either composing or music that you want to try to dig into and then bring into your music? Are there things like that that are kind of out in your future that you see and you just need some more time to get to?
That's quite possible. I mean, I haven't really put too much thought into that question before. I kind of take each day as it comes, and things progress and evolve as time goes on.
Having kids will do that to you.
That's true. That's for sure. Yeah,
Live in the moment, for sure.
Exactly. But there are some ideas floating around lately. I've been thinking it would be fun to maybe do a few concerts with several horns and arrange for a bigger group, or maybe even incorporate some orchestral instruments. But it's really just a matter of finding the time to do it and finding a good reason to do it. But some of the newer pieces that I've been writing do have a lot more of a classical element to them, and I can definitely hear some strings or woodwinds, and I think it would be really cool to put a bigger thing together.
Excellent. Well, let's remind people before we head out and play one more tune and say goodbye, where you're going to be playing this music. You've got a couple things coming up.
Yeah, so we'll be at Croce's this Sunday from 6 to 10, and then the big show coming up is January 24th. It's Saturday, and that will be at the Loft, and that's our CD release. And everything's on my website, DannyGreen.net. And you can also find lots of videos of us playing these songs, newer songs. I also put all the scores to every song from this album and the last album. So any of you musicians out there who want to take a crack at it or play with them, play with your group, I would love that. That would be so cool. I also just put a bunch of my transcriptions up there. So really trying to attract people to the site and make it a fun place for people to check out some stuff. So that's DannyGreen.net.
Excellent. And then you do Facebook and some of the social media too? You connect with folks there?
Yeah, absolutely. Facebook I'm really into. My username is DannyGreenSD, and then my page is Danny Green Music. And I'm on Twitter as well. SoundCloud, you can stream the entire album off of SoundCloud. You can also buy it off of my site as a digital download, or you can get it on Amazon, iTunes, everywhere.
Excellent, great. Well, Danny, we're going to conclude with the first tune on the disc, Into the Block. Thoughts on this tune for our listeners?
Yeah, so this one is this is one of those pieces that went through many revisions after I first wrote it, and it's really the end section where we have a drum solo that I just kept changing and changing and changing, but I'm really happy at the way it turned out. It's a piece mostly in 7, and we love playing odd meters, and Justin and Julian are just great at keeping the groove going with a lot of forward momentum, and it's a blast to play with them on that. So it's a fun song. Hope you enjoy it.
Well, Danny, thank you so much for being here and
Thank you.
inaugurating the interview part of the New Jazz Thing here in the New Jazz 88 studios. Best of luck with the new release and with the upcoming dates, and we hope to talk to you again when you've got your next one out.
Thanks, Vince. It's been great.
Danny Green Trio. The new disc is entitled After the Calm, and this is End of the Block on the New Jazz Thing, San Diego's Jazz 88.3.
All right.
Here we go.
Cool.